Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
A small town in Minnesota has risen to the top of a lot of conversations after bones were found that appear to be human remains. So who is it and how long have they been there? Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz headed to the site to dig a little deeper.
It appears to be human remains, but obviously without the medical examiner's blessing, I can't 100% say that they are.
Chief of Police James Gritz says around 3:30 Sunday afternoon, a visitor of New York Mills, Minnesota was walking through these woods and uncovered what appears to be human bones.
There isn't any flesh or anything like that what we can see.
He says while they've probably been there for some time, Gritz doesn't believe the remains are nearly as old as the date of the town's last reported missing person in the late 80s.
There was some like a yoga pants and a light sweatshirt. Based off of the types of clothing, it doesn't appear that it's from 20 years ago.
Police say the remains were found just behind that BCA truck over there. But as you can see, a much larger area is taped off. Police say they didn't want to miss anything. Chief Gritz says there's no concern for public safety. And neighbors I spoke to weren't as concerned as they were curious.
We're kind of interested in seeing, what they're going to find. And hopefully it's not going to be like too tragic,
How much traffic has been going through because of this?
So much. Seriously, a lot of traffic has been going through. And they turn around and they come back and they slow down. And yeah, it's pretty exciting.
It's pretty cool because you never know who it could be from or what could have happened,
Gritz says with a population of around 1,300, it's the biggest news he's aware of in the town's history.
It's pretty rare. I've been here since 2014, and we've never had anything like this happen since I've been here.
In New York Mills, Minnesota, Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
New York Mills police say the remains were taken to a medical examiner today. At the moment, they tell us they have no idea who it could be, but they say no recent calls have been made for a missing person. We'll keep you updated when more information becomes available. The attorneys for a man accused in a fatal brawl outside a downtown Fargo bar last year are looking to get his jury trial moved to a different location. Darren Patterson faces manslaughter and assault charges stemming from the incident. Court records show that the defense has filed a motion for a change of venue in the case. In a hearing that's been set for June 15th, Patterson's attorneys will give their reasoning behind why they feel the trial needs to be moved elsewhere. Attorneys claim Patterson beat up 3 men, including James Grant, outside the Hodo Bar on May 27, 2017. Grant died the following month. A 9-day trial has been scheduled to start June 19th in Fargo. A Wisconsin man has been convicted of selling drugs that led to overdoses in the Fargo-Moorhead area. 28-year-old Jovan Harris of Milwaukee is accused of selling heroin that led to 3 overdoses, including the death of a Moorhead man in September 2015. A jury found Harris guilty of 6 counts, including possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance resulting in death and serious bodily injury. Authorities say the heroin that Harris distributed was brought to the FM area from Milwaukee. Sentencing has not been scheduled. Harris says in court documents he will file motions within the next month requesting acquittal or a new trial. We're in a warming trend today, pretty nice. Tomorrow, some might say even better. As for tonight, though, how does it look?
Well, out at the Dakota Magic Casino, you saw the flags blowing. We do have more clouds and even a few showers in our southern and eastern counties heading into our Monday evening, but for most of us, it's fairly quiet. The cooler weather is where we have the shower activity near Wadena County, 65 in Bemidji. It is 78 in Grand Forks this hour. Temperatures will slip into the 60s. Our wind that you see there flapping the flags around will continue to decrease as we get closer to sunset tonight. A little warmer in the Northern Valley tonight. Their temperatures will generally be in those upper 60s as we approach sunset. Now, it looks like even hotter weather is in store, but there is a return chance for some thunderstorms into our forecast. I'll have details on all of that here in just a couple of moments.
All right, thank you, Hutch. And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so that you can plan your day. All you have to do is search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free. A Grand Forks man is facing 30 days in jail and up to $1,000 in fines after allegedly firing a gun inside his apartment. 27-year-old Brandon Lohman told police he was holstering his handgun when it accidentally went off. The bullet went through the wall and was found in the hallway. Lohman is facing a charge of discharge of a firearm within city limits. No one was hurt in the incident. A motorcycle on fire that started a massive blaze is believed to have caused around $50,000 worth of damage. Firefighters arrived at 2100 South 29th Street in Grand Forks early this morning to find part of a 10-stall garage complex engulfed in flames. They were able to get the fire under control quickly. Only 2 garage units were damaged. No one was hurt. Investigators are still looking into why the motorcycle burst into flames. A heads up for an incoming alert that's going to pop up on your phone. The North Dakota Highway Patrol and the State Department of Emergency Services will conduct the annual test of the Amber Alert system on Wednesday. This advance notification is to avoid misinterpretation of this test as an actual Amber Alert. All Amber Alert components will be tested from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Wednesday. Nationwide, the Amber Alert system has successfully recovered 924 children since its inception in 1996. North Dakota has chosen a Pennsylvania-based company to perform testing for the state's medical marijuana program. The health department says Keystone State Testing is expected to set up shop in Fargo and will operate as Dakota State Testing. The lab will ensure medical marijuana dispensed in the state is safe. The drug was approved by voters in November 2016 and is expected to be available to patients late this year. Someone is walking around with a huge payday in their back pocket. The Minnesota Lottery says a Powerball ticket worth $50,000 was sold at a Moorhead gas station. The ticket was sold Saturday at the Casey's General Store just off of 8th Street South by the Super 8 Motel. The lucky winner has 1 year to claim the prize. How do you say thank you to the men and women who serve our country? Honor Flight of North Dakota, Minnesota has been taking groups of veterans to our nation's capital since 2005. They are wrapping up their latest 2-day trip to D.C. Today's highlight, and maybe the trip's most memorable event, was meeting up with Horizon Middle School students from Moorhead. The students were in Washington on a class trip and wanted to greet the 85 veterans. The 2 groups posed for a photo at the memorial, and the students visited and showed their respect to the vets.
It's one thing to be here with your school from Moorhead.
Right.
How is it to have Grandpa standing to your left?
Well, for me, it's a lot more emotional, obviously. It's already emotional seeing all these vets here, but having my grandpa here itself, like, I have been tearing up a little bit. Like, I'm really proud of him.
The vets left D.C. late this afternoon and are expected home around 8 tonight. Valley News Team's Mike Morgan is with the group. You can look for him to join us with a report tonight on Valley News Live at 10. For those of you with a green thumb, we've got some ideas that you can use to make your garden greener and better. That's still to come. But up next, setting up face-to-face sales online is becoming more popular, but some feel it's not nearly as safe as your good old-fashioned garage sale.